there's no time at this time.
Yeah. It's all good, bro.
We good, we good.
Flow in the spirit.
We ready, we ready. We're in the shade today.
Yes, enough.
We're in the shade today because over there, kinda, it's beaming down hot. So to prevent any kind of phones going off or overheating, we're in a bit of shade. And if the Spirit says we're gonna go back over there, because brothers know I like my little bit of sun beaming down on me, I ain't got no problem with it. It's just for protecting the camera today. So yeah, if the Spirit says we're gonna go back and see if we can, the sun's still there, but it's not too hot, we can go right back to that spot. But yeah, open up, brother. Open up today.
As always, to begin with, we say Kal Halal Imla, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rachak Badash, and also double honors to the great Muslim apostles. Obviously, Father Yahshua for the strength to do this video as well. And the Altazar, we're going to go into certain topics today, man.
Yeah, man. Talking about fear not those that can kill the body, but we know who really to fear.
Okay.
We those the Abarattas are the men who know. Yeah, man. So we're gonna open up with Jeremiah. My reader, got my reader with me. Yeah, Lord willing, the third party, he back joining us. We're praying for him. We know he knows us. We know him. We're always putting up prayers for each another.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 6 and verse 16. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths."
Yeah, that's what we're asking for. Yeah, man. I thought that was a nice precept to start with. Sometime when I'll be doing my random videos, like on the highways and my walks and talks, I'll be just thinking about all sorts of stuff, and scripture come to mind. I turn on the camera and read the scripture, and then I just go in the spirit. So this is a nice one to kind of in that same it says there, and ask for the old path where is the good way and walk therein. Yeah, walk therein either physically, but mainly spiritually, walking in the good way. Yeah. Avoiding all the pitfalls of the old, of the modern paths. And we made a lot of pit stops that were off in the old times too. Yeah. Which is why we're in the situation we're in today. So this is what we're asking for. We're asking for that there, where is the good way? We're asking for that, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest. And our carnal bodies are yearning for that rest from this wicked, tyrannic world, man. You got something you want to say?
No, I was just...
You agreed with that when I said the body's been yearning for that rest, man. Yeah.
Yeah, because right now, Jake is frustrated, man. Because recently, just on the topic as well, Arya saying that our bodies need rest. Jake and the whole nation needs rest, man. This, curse upon curse, oppression upon oppression. Because even right now, you got Issachar over there. I made a video on it before this video on Issachar over there right now in Mexico. They're telling Edomites, go back to your country. They're basically saying, get the fuck out. Because there was actually a guy it was on Sky News Australia saying, basically delete gringos, which gringos refers to a foreigner. So they were telling Edomite Americans, go back to your country, man. So Jake is just frustrated with Esau, Edom, always leveraging just their society and just being over them, because really the rents and inflation of different products over there is going up now. And people are also retaliating on that, saying these digital nomads, which is just people who work in different countries, specifically Edomites like to do that as well.
Right, yeah.
Because they try to earn more money in a higher currency, example dollars, and live cheaply in a cheaper currency.
Oh, because the dollar has more weight. Yeah. Carry on your point, yeah.
So of course in Mexico they can live cheap but earn a lot. So technically they can save a lot of money, and that would then make the prices to them just drive up, man. And Jake is saying, what is this, man? We can't even afford our darn rents. So Issachar is just getting angry at Esau, Edom. Haitians obviously are getting angry, which is part of the Southern Kingdom. And really, Trump, Nero, he's going to target all of the tribe, eventually. So
yeah,
this is not our rest, as Micah 2:10 says.
Can't. So let me finish off this, because we're going to get into some of these articles. Today is about really just to build our faith, and the time is coming, right? So we're gonna need to say I'll read it again. I'll read it this time. Jeremiah 6, right? Repetition is the father of learning. And 16 says, "Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and out for the old ways." Right? Jacob's trouble is building up the momentum. As what the brothers they said, the Chicago camp brothers, they said, it's not coming, it's here.
Yeah.
So it's here, right? In the old path, where is the good way, walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we shall not walk. That's the 2/3. So let's hit this article, Abu Razar, final.
Yeah.
Whatever you holding, can bring it out.
Right, so this is on the point on what's actually here right now is Jacob's trouble, man. As you could already see, we're just at the very beginning of those sorrows, as Yahweh said in Matthew 24. So this is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Now, of course, Jacob's trouble is just talking about the trouble, the affliction, and all the anguish of which Israel would then go through. Now, for example, 2nd Ezra 16, it talks about that. But the point is, it says, but he shall be saved out of it. That he is talking about the elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, the 144,000, as well as which is going to be the governing body in Yahushua's kingdom, as well as the 1/3, Zechariah 13 and verse 9, of who will be saved over there in America. So that consists of women and children. Yeah. But yeah, we're in that time of Jacob's trouble. Things are just going to be turning up day by day.
And as just to repeat what they said again, it's here. Well, you just said it, it's here. Right? We used to say, yeah, Jacob's going to be Jacob's trouble, So let's back up that point and read that article. It says, fact check, right? And, this is from the Metro. Yeah, read a little bit of the points.
Yeah, so
you don't read all of it, but it helps the point.
Yeah, this is from the Metro article. It says, fact check, is the US using planes for deportations to throw people into the ocean?
Yeah, because we made a point last week in the news, and if you notice, we've always been touching on news because there's too much going on. And just to back up the scriptures, because we, the watchmen, that's what they be doing. They be funneling everything with the scriptures. We be watching the news, and in your corporate world, you be hearing things. People be talking. TikTok, things be coming out. TikTok, well, we're gonna get something. Maybe we might get in some of them, some of the comments what the TikTok people they be saying, because the most I put the spirit on all flesh. That's, we don't have to get it. That's Joel chapters 2, and also in Acts chapters 2. It says that the maids will be prophesying, and via all the different mediums we have now, social mediums. So people are bringing, doing what they do, because of the spirit of the Lord. So the article, read a little bit of the article.
Yeah, it was published July 3rd, 2025, so it's quite recently this month. It says the deportation flights have drawn fierce criticism and outlandish theories. Yeah, that's a caption under a picture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's lucky. I did. It slipped my mind, but it's just come back to me. Yeah, we mentioned that last week. It was in the news. Trump had a lot of the Latino tribes, the so-called northern tribe, the northern tribe, the so-called Latino tribes, Native Americans and Mexicans, etc. Deported, shackling them up on, and then putting them on planes. And now he's focused his attention to the Haitians, which is the southern tribe, which was all prophesied too. So now we're touching on this. The following week, the article, what happened to those people that were on the planes? This is what's happening.
So it says, since taking office again in January, Donald Trump's administration has deported thousands on flights to countries in Latin America. According to the data from Witness at the border, more than 600 deportation flights have taken off since Trump's order earlier this year.
Let the plane go over. Oh man, because imagine, right? Imagine. As a matter of fact, we don't got to imagine anything. I'll let you read.
Alright, so it says, according to the data from Witness at the border, more than 600 deportation flights have taken off since the Trump's order earlier this year. The sheer number of arrests in America and the increased aggressive tactics by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, aka ICE, have sparked outrage among Americans and others. It says the immigration raids in Los Angeles last month caused intense backlash, causing the city to introduce a curfew and prompting Trump to deploy the National Guard. Which obviously you had Eastall versus Eastall there, because the governor of Los Angeles was saying that the intervention of Trump was actually not supposed to have happened. So there was a little grievance against them, a little argument, I should say.
Well, there were protesters as well on the streets too. We're saying we don't want no more king rule, no more tyrant. They're calling him a tyrant.
Sedition.
Tyranny.
Sedition.
Yeah, we went into that last week. Second Ezra 16 and 15.
Yeah.
It's hard kind of not to. We're not going to bring it out, but it's kind of, if the Spirit wants it to come out, it's going to come out again. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because this is the times we're living in. Yeah, carry on.
So it says here, prompting Trump to deploy the National Guard. Trump was slammed for deporting many of these migrants without a fair trial, to which he replies, you can't have a trial for all these people.
Yeah, so...
and it says here...
Yeah, read on the map, because I tried to get certain things on the map, because we were last week, or previously, a couple of weeks, we were talking about only the Northern tribe, innit?
Yeah.
So what has happened now? People have been talking, right? People from these are the people that are getting deported and put on these planes. Mexico, right? We know about that's the Northern tribe. We've got the Northern tribe there. Jamaica, that's Benjamin, yeah, right? Where my mum comes from. Guatemala, Northern tribe. Cuba, Haiti.
Yeah, it's not focusing. But...
Need I say more? These are all the Northern tribes together and the Southern tribes together. Colombia, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Brazil, Peru. So you're telling me this man likes so-called black people? What I remember what he did in the 90s, and I remember it. I'm never gonna forget it. With the Central Park 5, they was accused, wasn't even convicted. Well, the DNA wasn't around him, but they was locked up for something that now they realize they didn't do it, for raping some Edomite woman. And he said, put them in there, throw away the key. As a matter of fact, he asked for the death penalty for them, and he hasn't withdrawn that statement since. So you're gonna tell me this man ain't like Nero back again? So basically, the map is telling you. He's basically telling you in so many words, he's now coming for the Southern tribe and the Northern tribe now. He's actually a map here. As a matter of fact, shall I show the map?
Yeah, I tried to, but it didn't focus.
Alright,
that's the thing.
let me see if I can show the map.
Go on.
Because if there's any new interested ones who's still kind of sitting on the fence and wondering about us.
You got Mexico, Guatemala.
If we're talking anything, yes, Lucky, go on, carry on.
I'll just list the countries, Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, you got Honduras, Jamaica,
if you could see,
Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. I think in terms of how many, it's about...
basically the Northern tribe, the Southern tribe there, because you got people that are very visual and like myself. Would they say we have to see it to believe it?
It's about 16 countries.
Yeah, well there you go. People that they be saying we see it to, we'll have to see it to believe it. Well, the men of the Lord, we are led by faith. We are led by faith. We don't have to see it to believe it. But if you have a spirit, like one of the men of the Lord, Doubting Thomas, you need to be shown. We got the evidence here, right? We're funneling the evidence through the scriptures, right? So there's a little bit more there.
For the article.
Again, this is his statement, Trump's statement, backing up what he said in the 90s.
So
he hasn't changed, man. Yeah.
He says deportees have been taken to various countries in Latin America. Look, we are getting some very bad
people. This is in quotation, this is what he's saying, Trump. Yeah?
Look, we are getting some very bad people. Killers, murderers, drug dealers, really bad people. The mentally ill, the mentally insane.
Yeah.
They emptied out insane asylums into our country.
Yeah.
We're getting them out.
The ones that were born there, they may have a tattoo or two or three, but he's labeling them because they got a tattoo, you know, as the cartel. Because if you hear anything about the cartel, there's some ruthless gang.
Yeah.
So you hear of the testimonies on TikTok of the women, you know, trying to defend their men and their children, their sons or their daughters, who have just been grabbed up off the streets.
Yeah.
And as we're going to get into, look at a little bit more of the article, which we're not shocked, but it's a wake-up call. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it says, and a judge can't say no, you have not. Wait, hold on. It says, and a judge can't say no, you have to have a trial.
Yeah, this
Trump claim.
That's his claimant, right? So in other words, saying we don't want it in the hands of the judges.
Yeah.
Let King Nero, I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Let me do it again. What he did, the time of 64 AD. Yeah, when he was he actually slaughtered them, had them in used them as entertainment in the Colosseum. We call it the Colosseums. Colosseums, whatever. And he did a lot more other things too. Things that are well. This example here is good. Let me say this too. The scoffers are going missing now. The scoffers are going missing now. What's happened to ya? Are you one of them that are getting grabbed up? Yeah. It's all the balance, man. It's all the balance. Right? The northern tribe, the southern tribe, all the ones that used to come on the convoy. This is what the Spirit of the Lord be doing. The Most High is a fear. We may get the scripture. It is a fearful thing to fall under the hand of the living God. Anyway, let's finish off this, and we're going to hit those hitting scriptures.
Most High's going to have the last laugh.
Yeah.
So it says, no, we are going to have a very dangerous country if we are not allowed to do what we are entitled to do. It says, as tensions continue to boil over, some TikTokers have begun making outlandish claims.
This is what they're saying, right? But we believe them. As once again, the prophets we see. We got the ISO. We talked about that last week too. We got the ISO. We see this is exactly what they're saying is what the Most High wants to come out. TikTok. That's another vessel that Most High be using. Like I say, we put the Spirit on these TikTokers. Some of them are just not just TikTokers as well. Some of them are professional people that they use that as their outlet. When I say professional people, you know, they do their research. You know what I'm saying? So they be using that as an outlet, and some of them are related as well because they have they get the what they call it, through the word of mouth. They know some people. You got news, but you got people that know some people.
Inside information.
They got inside information, and they be putting it out there. So it's not just we know it's not we're not just taking this as hearsay, and it makes sense through the Spirit. And we're gonna carry on reading. We're gonna hit the point. Carry on reading down because we'll see if we get most of the meat off this bone.
So it says, as tensions continue to boil over, some TikTokers have begun making outlandish claims about where the migrant flights went. One TikToker said, ICE says they deport people safely, but why? Do they use expensive military cargo planes that don't always land? Why are shackled bodies washing up in Europe?
Boom, boom, right?
That's the question,
right.
man.
So who bringing all this out? The scripture says that everything will be exposed, man. He going to expose everything. What is in the dark must be brought out into the light.
Yeah.
And this is what they didn't want this to happen, right? Those professional people. You know what I mean? And the Most High be giving us visions anyway. We are the seers. And not only visions, apparitions. There's another word. Carry on, the word might come to me.
It says, why are shackled bodies?
Premonitions, that's another one. Yeah, you could be just lying down, you're not asleep, not quite asleep, but then you just get a premonition about something, and then you get up. You may just do a video, or you may just write it down for a later date. Or you might just go, next thing you know, you're turning on the news, and what you just thought about is happening on the news.
Foresight.
You know, some people call it clairvoyant, there's another word.
Why are shackled bodies washing up in Europe? Why are immigrants being taken to countries that aren't their own?
Yeah.
And why are fake agents abducting immigrants We need answers.
People getting abducted. Women, yeah, there's stories about that, but we don't want to divert off the case. People are just literally getting abducted off the streets. You know what I mean? They wake up somewhere drugged up, or they're on the plane. You know, just stay on the point though. This the subheading is that people want answers. So this is a subheading. We read the subheading and then touch the point, and then get back to the scriptures.
It says shackled bodies washing up in Europe. Let's unpack these claims.
Right.
The reference to shackled bodies washing up in Europe, Spain specifically, are migrants from Algeria. Authorities have said. Police in Mallorca opened an investigation to identify the bodies, but say they are likely handcuffed and thrown in the ocean during a confrontation on board.
That just came out of nowhere. Now, when we put the puzzle together, because we spoke about migrants being shackled up and put on the planes last week.
Yeah.
So it didn't just come out of nowhere. It fits. It makes sense. We know his perpetual hatred, and we know Trump's history. So he's the one that's behind it anyway. And you got these militias, as what the elder said. The militias be saying, when are we going to be able to put bullets in these people? Because they got their guns. They got
the Marines.
550 guns. Ex Marines, ex soldiers. What they call them veterans. They got 20 guns. Some more than that. And they want to get busy. Because that's Esau's gift, isn't it?
Yeah, we saw.
So they want to. When can we start deleting these black?
Jakes,
you know, these ninjas. You know, you know the word. You know what the word they be using. These white militias, because they be training in their on their training courses. You know,
training camps.
Getting the training camps with their 5-year-olds, maybe
shooting ranges, do what up.
So they want to get busy, and this is the this is what they're using right now.
Opportunities.
Which, as what the elders and apostles say, that's the sword of the Lord. Psalm 17. Since you can bring that one out, or any other precept that come to mind, bring it out. Because we don't like them anyway. We don't like ninjas. We don't like the 2/3 of our own people. Because even when I was walking around town, and the more I walk around town recently, especially when it's crowded, it's too much. It's too much, man. It's too much. The Most High has to, when they was talking about culling the population, Henry Kissinger, right? He was talking about they're going to cull the population. Was it under 8 million, something like that?
Under 500 million.
Right. What up?
The Geiger Stone.
The Georgia Geiger Stone.
Yeah.
And I agree with what the elders are saying, and I agree just by my own observation too.
The niggas gotta go.
They're in the way, man. So we've been praying for this. The prophets have been praying for this. Moses, when he was coming out of Egypt, they was getting on them. They was wearing him down, man.
Yeah, they were asking for food, water,
wanting to go back to Egypt where they was oppressed. Always complaining, murmuring.
Come.
And so he needed help, But that's just, we've got some precepts we're going to bring out, make some examples, but you got that one.
Yeah, fair enough. This is Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword."
Yeah, we know that's talking about the wicked, the ease. And he's ultimately going to get cut down, right? Because he's just a vessel for the Lord. The left-hand side vessel. He's going to get cut down with his own weapon, as what the elders say. All the sophisticated gifts, the modern day sword now is so sophisticated. It's so sophisticated. Now you can talk about the AI. It's going to come against him anyway. Everything's going to come back round full circle, and he's going to end up. I'll use the example of Mussolini, the militia, all these fascists and all these dictators. And I remember studying about Hitler, a little bit of the history. He ended up going in his own bunker and putting a bullet in his own head after causing pure mayhem amongst the so-called he was actually a Amalekite himself. But all what he did, he ended up going down in his own bunkers that he made and putting a bullet in his own head. So he that live by the sword shall die by the sword. That's your that's the same. That's how you're gonna die, Esau, via AI gonna come against you, and you have no power
Yeah.
compared to Yahushua's power, which we Lord willing we're gonna get into some the power of our power, our true power. That's why the topic of this video is fear not them that kill the body, but we know who to fear.
Matthew 10, yeah. Come on, man. So even Esau, I think right now he's actually got lasers in terms of his weaponry. Right. Also, example of that is G, which is short for, so DEW, short for directed or direct energy weapons. He's used that quite a bit for certain states, like I don't know if it was used in Hawaii, but it's in one of the states. You know, when they had like, a whole bunch of blue houses.
Hawaii. Yeah. Hawaii, I believe so because they wanted you had rich people living in that area, Gaumi or something like that. But it was Hawaii, and they was always saying we want this land, and you know you got the die-hard Mexicans. They're very ruled by tradition, and they say this is our land, this is private land, we own this land. They didn't want to move, and then the next thing you heard about 6 months later, fires, Maui. That's it, Maui, Hawaii. Right, and also the same with the Californian fires too.
Yeah, they use those as well.
All the way back in the 2019. That was all coming out through word of mouth, coming out. Why the tree? You had a tree. Right, you had a tree there, and then you had a house right next to it. Totally.
The tree was untouched.
Yeah, the tree was untouched. So
Esau's got some answering to do, man.
Yeah. So this is the sword we're talking about. This is his weapon, the sword.
Yeah, I got to prove something. So yeah, this is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 38, 39. It says, "And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father." And Esau lift up his voice and wept. This is why he wept. Prior to that, Jacob supplanted and basically took the blessing first when it was supposed to be intended onto Esau. You know, but after that, you know, Isaac still gave him a blessing. In verse 39 it says, "And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, all the resources and everything, and of the dew of the heaven from above." You know, that's why, you know, he's got his the Most High's allowed him to have all this advanced aircraft as well. You know, which even with this advanced aircraft, it will be to his own
detriment.
Yeah, detriment. Because in that time, when Yahushua comes with those chariots are going to be too fast for Esau anyways, but he could only but use what the Most High has given him to use.
Yeah,
in that time.
In a nutshell, the chariot, the Most High's military, the Most High's power is off the chart.
Yeah.
You can't pigeonhole it. You know, just to say, there's so many things we can say about it. Speed, invisibility, phase ability, turn back your own weapons on it, but it's just off the chart. It's just spiritual.
Yeah, that's it.
You want to sum it all up.
Spirit always conquers the flesh.
Yeah. So you can be measured, flesh can be measured, flesh can be put in a pigeonhole. And the spirits of the Lord controls his flesh.
Yeah.
They can tell you, one of the elders always say, they can make you shoot yourself in your own head. That's the power of the spirit. With your own gun. I mean, what more can you say? Right? And you know, we can talk about what the spirit of the Lord of the men going to be doing too. I mean, we ain't going to just want to do. Yahushua could just put his foot down and just go crunch. Boom. But he wants to give us some what's the word? He's gonna have his lick back, but he wants to give us therapy because it's therapeutic.
A little playground.
Yeah, therapeutic, man. Anyway, let's get back to the point.
What, the article? Or?
Yeah. Lord willing, we've got some things to talk about, but we're gonna just see if we can funnel everything through the scriptures. There's one of the main points. Yeah.
Right. So it says here. Claims from TikTokers that these bodies could be the migrants. They claim the U.S. are throwing into the ocean are not only likely false, but also implausible. This is a deflection, a disclaimer. Like I say, the spiritual men, we see everything. I think really, is it getting to make the point? Right. So basically, they're gonna now what we're gonna read
which we don't really need to. See what happens if you read a couple more, because I think it's just putting out the disclaimers here to try and distract or discourage. The US, the government would never do a thing like that. CIA, that's just what they're trying to put out there. They would never do. We know about the perpetual hatred that Esau has. And yes, you are the Edomites, right? And Vocab Malone, you're one of the Amalekites, and you're working for them. You're working. We see through you, man, right? And it ain't like I was saying last week, man. We ain't gonna be able to. When the Most High turns up, I think the point is made. We ain't gonna be able to calm him down. And brothers are gonna have something in there. Brothers might get a lump in their hearts or whatever. A lump in, when they see how you gonna be, what's gonna happen to you? He might even just make Vocab Malone use you as an example. What someone looks like with half an eye hanging out, just trying to make it
Judgment.
And I'm kind of like I'm being kind.
Meditating.
I fall half out, an arm hanging half off.
Yeah.
And the most are going to say, you dare have any feeling. You dare. And we're going to say, it's true, you know. What that same guy,
Don't have pity on him.
what kind of wickedness he done. Hitler, listen, man, some of these guys, we talk about Hitler, right? We wouldn't have felt no sorry for Hitler if we saw what happened to Hitler. But some of these guys are up there with Hitler. Let me say it like that, right? I'm talking about the lives that they've done, like in their previous lives as well. Right? They say, you know what I mean? The things that they've done to Yashua Allah, the horrific things that's happened to Yashua Allah, alligator bait, children getting fed to alligator, and we don't even give it a second thought. Oh, it's just black people. They don't give it. They don't. You know.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna be able to calm down your whole YL Shah when he turns up. Woo. One more precept, Brother Shah, and whatever you got. Isaiah 66. I'll read this one. Isaiah 66 and 4 says, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Right. I'm talking about the wicked of our own people, but also all the wicked, right, that had us in Egypt.
Yeah.
They was taunting us. Don't get it twisted. What the things that they was doing to us, you know. That's why we were so happy to get out of the elect. But the ungrateful, and let me carry on reading. Fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. Oh, you hear about what's happening over there with the flash floods over there in Texas? And well, we don't have to get that one. But this might be a part 2, more on fear not those that can kill the body. Fear not man who can kill the body, but the Most High. This is the interesting point, because over there in Texas recently, it's still going on. I was watching some of it. They're still trying to find the remainders of a lot of children that were swept away, because they've got a lot of holiday camps. Also, the elders were talking about this as well. A lot of the holiday camps, the resorts are over there in Texas. And as what the elder said, our Elder Tahar, he said that a lot of them were so-called, you know, because we be getting on you Christians, hypocrites. A lot of you will call yourself Christians. A lot of the holiday ranches, the camps over there in Texas, they say 27 children were swept away. And if you go on news now and get some of the aftermaths, don't feel sorry for them, brother. Right? It's toughening me up, because they ordered the children, some of them that's the Most High allowed to escape, to tell the story, because it is a fearful thing to fall under the hand of the living God. We may end with that one, as we're starting to round up. They saw the children swept away. One of them was on the phone. He said, "Oh, we're not going to be able to make," and his voice got lower and lower and lower, and he was out there. The Most High took him away. The Most High is bringing the balance, man, to all the wickedness that you've done to us, that perpetual hatred that you showed. And he said he's going to bring it by the hand of his people, Yashua Allah. But this is where we stand still. We don't got to do nothing.
Yeah, that's faith.
Let me finish reading this.
Yeah, that's faith.
When I called, none did answer. When I spoke, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes and chose that which I delighted not. So this is why you got the children, and some of them could have been of our own people, but they've been warned too. They don't take no notice. I think there's some kind. They look like what you call surveyors or something. What you call them? Yeah, they look like surveyors. Just by looking at them. Yeah. So we were speaking about Edomites. Yeah, well, don't matter professional people too. They're gonna get.
So we got our bags over.
We also, so the Most High choosing their delusion. The biggest fears. What happened to those in Egypt? What they feared. Let's say you were scared of spiders. Let's just say you had a problem with spiders. That's what he's saying about delusion. So if you had a phobia for spiders, the most I will make you turn around and some giant spider running after you. Running, and you're running, and it's a delusion. It's not real, but it is real.
It can be real as well.
Yeah.
Unknown beasts.
Right, do what?
You know, you got spirits of vengeance, but you also have creatures of. Let me get it as well. Unknown beasts, so which are used to appease the wrath of him that.
Oh yeah, they bring that one out. I haven't pulled that one out for a little while. Yeah, that's
So it says
39. Yeah.
that's Sirach 39, but this was another one. This is Wisdom of Solomon 11, and starting from verse 17. For that Almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send
Let me just
among
tell
them.
it. This is my concoction, brothers. My speciality. A power. I can't mention it, but it's a powerhouse. A superfood.
So we'll get into those herbs.
So
Get into the herbs.
how Ariel can keep going, can just keep going and keep going. You know, the first and foremost is all for the spirit of the Lord.
Go, fundamental.
But he gives us he gives us the wisdom sometimes to put things together to keep us, to keep us going. And prayer, brothers, be
Yeah.
praying for each other too.
Go. Yeah,
Yeah.
abhor not the medicines of the earth.
Come on.
So yeah, continue on Wisdom of Solomon 11 and verse 17. For that Almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy sense of scattered smoke, that's referred to also Leviathan as well, or shooting horrible sparkles.
Just to say, carry on reading, but just to say, this movie gonna get more and more brothers I know brothers out there love drama and love them movies.
Yeah.
This movie gonna pick up, man. It's gonna get more and more dramatic.
Get to
And
the plots.
the men of the Lord, 144,000, David coming back. We've seen him already in the spirit. Elder said that was David returning in the spirit over the LA camp. If you like movies, you may even be one of them in there in the movie. getting,
Go.
brothers, there's brothers that like to get physical.
Yeah.
Hold on, brothers.
Little 1,
You
2.
soon be able to do it, man. Lord willing, come on, bro.
Wait on Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Come on, until you rise up to the praise.
Yeah. It says in verse 18, or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created. So the reason why I mentioned this was the brother Ariel mentioned about a phobia. Let's say a person had a phobia of arachnids, which I think is referring to spiders. Is the most I could have an actual big spider. Literally, when you turn back, you just see
Everywhere you turn.
Yeah, you
and
just
you're
see
trying to
spiders.
run. If any brother's ever had a nightmare where you're being chased by a zombie,
Yeah.
it could be like if you saw what's that movie? Then some of them old zombie movies.
That's
Anyway, it's a
classic.
zombie movie with Thompson in it. What's his name? Johnson. What's that guy? The wrestler.
What is he in WWE?
Yeah, wrestler. Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, come on.
And he's in one of these zombie movies. What is it called, man? Mummy. Yeah, brothers. You got
yeah.
brothers that are into these movies. But anyway, the mummy's return and all that, right?
Yeah.
But if you ever had a dream where you're running from mummies are not fast. Mummies they're in bandage and they're like living zombies.
Yeah.
And mummies, when they just walk like this, right? But anyway, and you're running, you're sprinting the fast you can. And you turn around, you said, I got away, and you turn around, the mummy's coming around the corner, and still there.
You run slow in your dreams. You run slow in your
So there's
dreams.
that one too. You can't run. There's one of them dreams where you've had a nightmare where you can't seem to run as fast as you like. It's like you're in treacle, or you're running fast. Another one is that you're running fast and you turn around and the slow zombie seems to be always behind.
How is he fast?
That's what you call a delusion. That's
Yeah.
what you call a nightmare. But
Come on.
back to the point though. That's what happening to you is your children now are getting grabbed up by this flash flood. Because they call them flash flood because they couldn't predict it on the radar,
No.
the weather forecast.
Yeah.
Because they said it came in so fast. Back to that vision. That's a real, as you say, the spider. If you have a phobia for a spider, the most I can make that spider 10 times the size or even bigger than that,
Yeah.
and run much faster, and it's just and you can't escape it, and it's real. That's
Yeah.
no go on.
All I was going to say is the same way you got Leviathan that's been hidden for a long time. There's also other creatures that's been hidden as well. So Yaratazar, there may literally be a big spider that is actually being hidden until the time of Jacob's trouble, before it's time to make people fear Yahweh Shem Yahshua once more again.
Can't.
So yeah, as it says, or unknown wild beasts. The Wisdom of Solomon 11 verse 18. Or unknown wild beasts. You haven't seen them before, but they've been created, full of rage, instilled by Yahweh Shem Yahshua. They've got a spirit of vengeance upon them. Newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scatter smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. So people go and see things which they will only regard as in the movies.
Yeah.
But what's in the movies is really a reflection of what's about to happen. So the fear is going to increase, man.
And people are going to have so much fear that their heart want to stop, and that's scriptural too. Let me hit this one, Hebrews 10, because as well as we're talking about the deportations and people getting thrown, that's horrific. They're so ashamed of that, they don't want that to come out. Yeah? Alright.
It's 40 minutes now, so might as well.
Alright, that's cool.
Let me get the camera. Yeah, can you just move into the sun? Through the spirit. Get some vitamin D.
Alright, brothers. Yes. So we're going to carry on with this, brothers. As well as we're doing this, what I say, we usually like to say, doing a video, getting our blood circulation, and we're getting the vitamin D. So that's killing multiple birds with one stone. You want it, brother? So yeah, we're going to continue carrying on, putting out this breaking news and building up. Other writers are building up the tolerance, right? The tolerance from fear and faith, building up the faith. Other writers are, you can see us clearly.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got more of the vitamin D coming through. Trust me.
Go catch it once you got it.
You get it while you can. Beggars can't be choosers. So the vitamin D, let it flow through the veins, man. like I like to say, we're killing multiple birds with one stone.
Come.
You know. So I had this precept to back up what we were just talking about. Hebrews chapters 10. Right, because yeah, let them fear. But Hebrews chapters 10, 31 says, it is a fearful thing to fall unto the hands of the living God. Going back to Matthew 10. Fear not those that kill the body, but we know who to fear. It is a fearful thing to fall unto the hands of the living God. That's who we fear. And when you hear about children getting swept away, they're saying over, probably gone up now, up to the people that can't be counted.
Go ahead.
Up to 1,000. Oh, we've got a quick article, we can touch on that too.
The Texas floods.
Right.
Yeah. So under, what Ariel was talking about, the Texas floods. It says Texas floods live updated 14 minutes ago. Death toll rises to 120 as rescue operations start to shift to recovery phase. So 120, that's the death toll, bro. There's at least 173 people remaining missing as the hope of locating survivors dwindles. Easton was using hope, man, to find the missing people. So 120 people dead, 173 people missing.
Right.
That's a lot right there.
So probably death toll. You want to say something? I think the death toll probably gone over. They were saying the last time I checked about the children was 27. Probably more has been unaccounted for.
Yeah, it says inspector visited Camp Mystic 2 days before the flash floods on the Guadalupe River swept away at least 27 campers and staff members at Camp Mystic. A state inspector was there to approve camp operations and noted there was a written plan for responding to natural disasters.
Right. July, because they was there for their July 4th celebration. So it came in, right? People be talking about July 4th, and that's why we don't have no part in that. And I'm pretty sure if you saw the one with Celebrity X, his name is something like that. He lost his hand because he was playing with fireworks. They already were talking about that as well on the live. Yeah. And that's just the examples we've heard of, right? July 4th, man. That's why we don't celebrate their high holidays. We have our high holidays. That we are separate from the world. We don't envy the heathens, man. Envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Yeah. And I also done earlier on in the week there. That one is out there, but about current events and judgments. We know it's not just current events or so-called coincidences or unforeseen occurrences. What do they call them? What do they call them in the media? Unforeseen occurrences or what do they call them? There's a word. But anyway, 20 people were struck by lightning. One fatally deleted. An old man fatally deleted.
Yeah.
So we what they call it? Unnatural phenomenon or something like that.
Yeah.
Natural disasters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not. We know they're not natural disasters. That electricity is challenged, which we know that they're actually the chariots. They be seen also in thundery storms.
Yeah.
That's Isaiah 29.
Yeah.
And also Isaiah 45. It's him that bring all of that. He make evil, he make alive, he delete.
Yeah.
All them scriptures that be flying through my mind. We don't got to get them. At this moment in time, we're focusing on it is a fearful thing to fall under the hands of the living God. 1 minute you're here, the Most High just strike 20 people with lightning.
Yeah.
Right? And that's also over there in that place there up in you got Dallas, you got Texas, you know, these places, northern parts of America, Georgia, Mississippi, and all those places where they had us on the cotton fields.
Okay.
Primarily where they had Jake on the cotton fields.
Yeah.
So now they've got these holiday resorts. Oh, and something I found interesting. One of the actual cabins, right, whether they had people in there or not, it stands to, you know, it may come out. Because a lot of people, a lot of young girls are talking about what they had to do to survive, go on top of the roof and wait till it subsided, the water subsided. Some of them, they survived, some of them obviously got swept away. The ones that they know are swept away for sure, but the ones that they don't know are still not coming forward, so they probably got swept away as well. But one of the whole result of the cabin, right, was getting swept up and taken away, and it was stopped by an oak tree. It planted right in front of an oak tree, and oak trees are known for their when I look into oak trees, they're known for their
dense branches.
Yeah, but survival abilities.
They're durable.
Life-saving abilities as far as what they put out. You know, people survive on them because of the oak and because of the fruit that they bear. You know, the acorn and all that. I just say it was in the spirit because there's no such thing as coincidence.
No.
It would have been swept away, but an oak tree stood right in front of it and it stayed. So maybe it saved some people.
So that mercy.
There was some mercy there, which the Most High sent the oak tree or made it get swept up onto an oak tree. Oak trees are very solid trees. I'm just talking about it because I've been studying trees, you know, a lot. So that was the Most High's mercy, man, you know. But this is why we fear. I'll read it one more time. Fear ye, Hebrews 10 and 30. For we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth, that's the Spirit, unto me. I will recompense, saith the Lord. I was supposed to read 30 again, but it's the Spirit, right? Yeah? For we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me. Right? That's why we fear the Most High God. That can kill the body and soul, not man. Yeah, unto me, because vengeance belongs to him. I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. Right now, it's Jacob's trouble is not here, or it's not coming. It's here because people are getting dashed off planes. People are getting struck by lightning, right? And some of them, you know, most I probably had the ones that survived so that they can tell the story. Somebody is angry with you. He's angry with us. He's angry with the wicked. He's angry with the wicked every day. Zephaniah 5 and 3 or 3 and 5. I'm angry with that for a little while. But they're going to wake up in the hospital bed. The ones that are not woke up in the heavens in front of Yahushua and say, someone's angry with us. I wonder why. Maybe we need to leave the so-called black people alone. But they ain't going to do it. But until the Most High. As a matter of fact, the Spirit has led me right into it. Don't got to read all up into it, but I'm going to bring this one out. I'll wait for you to bring out that one. Yeah. So they're going to wake up, man. They're going to wake up and they're going to know somebody's been angry. They're angry with us. And now the judgment's coming around. Whatsoever a man soweth, that he should also reap. And we thought he was altogether as with us. That's Psalm 50. He was altogether as with one of us. You know, because that's what they were saying. Have you got it?
Yeah, I think so. I've got something similar. This is Psalm 7 and 11. The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day.
All right, that's the one. That's basically sentiments that I want to make that point. Every day there be judgment be brought out. Just because you don't always hear about it or see it doesn't mean the Most High that he's active. Oh, as a matter of fact, tell you what we're going to do. Let's hit some of this one. Psalms 105. Just to make the point, I think it's about the time now.
It's about 50 minutes now.
Yeah? All right. We're going to start winding down precepts on the subject that we're talking about, why we shouldn't be fearful. And our father, our military, which you can describe the chariots, the host of armies, Yahweh, man of war, Yahweh, Sabaoth, man of war,